How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Reaction Time. We're looking at the coolest vehicles ever. They look super futuristic and they're completely out of this world, yet they exist today. They can actually make you hover. Did that look? Let me try it again. They can actually make you hover. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and follow me on my socials. That's Allfishman on Instagram and Twitter. This is education time with the Reaction Time because I'm gonna educate you guys on some vehicles you did not know existed. But today you're gonna know. Today's the day. I'm pregnant. I mean, the vehicles are real. Watch this. You would think some of these are science fiction. Okay, these exist now. Actually, I don't know how I feel about the one-wheeled one, but there's so many different ones that we're gonna look at. In fact, we're probably gonna look at 10 different ones that you will actually be blown away by. Like, literally blown away. The first one is the double round skate. This double round skate, there's one for each foot. So as you guys can see, you can actually have very big maneuverability, unlike some other ones. It almost reminds me of the ripstick. You know what ripsticks are? Ripsticks are sick. Yeah, what's up, ladies? Well, this is kind of similar, except it's a lot more free. It's not connected to each other like the ripstick is, and you can do anything with your foot, including breaking your ankles and your knees and do the splits in a very bad way. It's not motor driven, but you can even go on grass and it's super smooth. It uses ball bearings, of course, to not have any issues with friction. And, of course, always wear helmets. Guys, I don't recommend you guys trying any of these if you're not used to them. I don't want you to hurt yourself, but these look super sick. I'm not gonna lie. I want to try all of them. Next up is something that is so futuristic. We thought we'd never see. Now, it's not 100% exactly like we would expect it to be. It actually does use 4 fans, almost like a quadcopter, but it uses such advanced technology of gyros, stabilization, that it does hover about 2 to 3 inches above ground. It's noisier than what you expect a hoverboard to be, but this is one of the only ways that we can do it right now, using very powerful fans. But this is the result you get. Meet the hoverboard. There you guys have it. A real hoverboard that can take on any weight. As you guys can see, they applied the pressure from the back right here, and the hoverboard didn't tip up. It still stayed stable. It's only due to the extremely advanced computer chip inside this thing, which makes it extremely expensive at $15,000. That's right, a hoverboard, but it's accessible now. And over time, once it improves, it's gonna get cheaper. Of course, there's an LED light to make it so much cooler. Look how cool this is. Oh my God, you can do tricks with it. You can go on ramps with it, and it actually looks like you're just gliding on ice. That's how smooth it is and advanced. Who would have guessed in our day and age that we got the ability to actually ride a hoverboard? This is like science fiction, guys. This is only stuff you saw in Back to the Future 3, I think it was. Right? Wait, Back to the Future 2. Well, they're in the future of the year 2015. Now, we are a little late to the game, but it's not consumer available yet, but it will be, and it's gonna be amazing. Now, remember when they called those 2-wheeled ones hoverboards? It was almost like a skateboard, except it was facing forward, 2 wheels with a motor. They called it a hoverboard. It wasn't an actual hoverboard. So you guys remember this? They called it a hoverboard. It didn't even actually hover. The only thing that hovered was the space between the actual board and the ground, but the wheels still touched the ground, so it's not a real hoverboard. Yet, of course, this thing actually hovers, unlike the other ones. Wow, that looks like so much fun.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Hey guys, just wanted to pop in here because I got an announcement. The owner of the Houston Rockets sent me this book. He just wrote it. He's super successful. It's called Shut Up and Listen. If any of you are interested in entrepreneurship and learning how this man became a billionaire, then go to the description, go check it out, or just type it in on Amazon, Shut Up and Listen. And yeah, that was just a quick announcement. I really want you guys to check it out. I'm not sponsored or anything. He's actually someone I've looked up to for a while, and he's also in the $1 billion buyer. Now let's get back in the video. Next up, you know how there's electric skateboards? Even Casey Neistat uses them. Well, welcome to the one-wheel electric skateboard. All you gotta do is put a giant wheel in the middle and make it way more dangerous than it should be, but it still looks cool and almost feels like a hoverboard as well. Look at this. Now, I don't recommend using this if you don't know what you're doing because it looks extremely dangerous, especially with one wheel, but you do have way more maneuverability. As you guys can see, you can go on through any terrain as long as you have balance and pay attention the whole time. You're not like on your phone or something. I feel like with the hoverboard, you'd be able to be on your phone and just do whatever you want. You can even go on sand because the tread is so big and the wheel is so large. You can go on grass. Now there's a competition competition for it. Really cool. Now, of course, it's way more fun than a regular 4-wheel skateboard that has an engine. This thing actually is more challenging, and not anyone can just use it. People that are experienced can use it, so it's not for everybody. But once you get the hang of it, of course, it's one of the most fun and coolest things ever. Next up is the Ayo. It's almost like yo-yo. Now, do you guys remember? I was just talking about the hoverboards. They actually kind of took shape from the segways. Who remembers the segways? Those mall cops always used them, and then they kind of just transformed to the hoverboard. Well, now it's sort of similar. It's more like a scooter, segway, bike breed. Take all of them together, smash them, and you got this thing. 2 scooters, 1 bicycle wheel, and the balance of a segway. And give it some engineering. This is what you get. You can actually create momentum. Okay, guys, I just realized it's more like a rollerblade than a scooter on your feet, but you can create momentum with your feet like a rollerblade, and it actually does have maneuverability enough with these gyro sticks in front. You can go pretty fast with these things too. Look at this. Isn't that really cool? And you can do tricks with it too. And the odds that you're gonna fall are much lower because you have a 3-wheel combination, much more stable than just 2-wheel combination. And also you have something to grab onto to keep balance, so even if you slip a little bit, you can recover with the handle. Now look at this design. It's extremely unique. What do you guys think so far? I think this compilation is absolutely amazing. I'm learning a lot. Education time with your Mr. Tall Fishman right here, Mr. Fish Guy. This is quality content. You guys are learning. What if you guys watch this and you guys are extremely genius, and in the future, one day, you will create the best vehicle. You would take all of them, put them to one, create like the coolest hoverboard that can do almost anything.
Anything for you, sir?
Who knows? And maybe it's because you watched this video. I would feel so honored. So guys, don't let me down. Create something sick. I want to ride some hoverboards. Yeah, next one is the Halfhike. It's pretty similar to what we just saw, except that you don't strap it on your feet, but it does have the big wheel in the front and 2 small wheels in the back. You stand on it and it's still really stable because it has the triple wheel combination that we talked about, and you just ride it. It's actually a lot more convenient. It's smaller, takes up less space, more maneuverable, and you can go faster on it because the wheels are smaller. So look how fast you can actually go. Now the only bad thing is it doesn't have multiple gears, but I'm sure they can include it. You can also use momentum swaying motion side to side to create more speed, just like this guy is doing. That extra speed can help you where you don't want to pedal continuously. A bike, it's almost impossible to do it because it doesn't have a 3-wheel combination. Speaking of bikes, we got an air bike. You know, we have a hoverboard. What about an air bike? You actually sit on it. It's a little bit different. It doesn't look as advanced. It's super big and a little scarier. It's almost like a reverse helicopter that just goes upwards. Look at this one. Check it out. They literally have to hold them in place because it's so unstable. There you go. It's just one. Okay, it actually has 2 extremely large giant motors, like fans. The amount of dust, and imagine you're under leaves. If you had to do this under leaves, obviously you can probably get way faster speeds than the hoverboard, but I still think I would go for the hoverboard. Now look at this. You can probably go higher, but it still looks very unstable. I think if you had the 4-motor combination that the hoverboard had, it would be a lot more stable. Also, imagine one of the flaws of the hoverboard that we saw earlier is that if there's a rock that's bigger than the space of the hoverboard, it wouldn't be able to get through. It can actually damage the fans if it just kind of like goes right through it. The hoverboard can only get over stuff that's about 2 to 3 inches. If the rock is 4 inches, it's gonna hit it and you're gonna fly off. It's ineffective for that reason. But this thing, the same thing can kind of happen if it's a larger rock. It's much less likely. This is just way too big. It could be a future vehicle. Who knows? This one's $85,000. A little bit more steep than the other one. Like a lot more steep. But thinking of innovation, technology, making newer vehicles. Next up is a Suitcase scooter. That's right. You ever thought your suitcase can turn into a scooter? You can actually ride your suitcase, whereas before the suitcase had to ride you. That's weird. As you guys can see here, it just transforms into a scooter, just like that. And it actually has a motor as well. Now, I don't even know how much this costs, but this is actually one of the coolest things I've seen. Doesn't look that safe. At least this one didn't look that safe, but there's ones with 3 wheels. The 3-wheel combination are much more safe. I wonder how heavy this thing is. It's probably extremely heavy. And it can't carry that many things. It actually has limited space, but it's the best of both worlds. You can't complain. I don't know if airports will allow it, but this is if you want to go to work and you don't want to worry about getting a bike, or you don't want to worry about a big hoverboard. This is a solution for you. You can just bring it up anywhere with you. It's nice and easy. It's lighter than anything else you would probably have. Speaking of which, we got the next thing, a wheel with some platforms for your legs. A 1-wheel scooter. You know, we had a 1-wheel skateboard. This is a 1-wheel scooter. Now, you guys just saw how strong it is. A car literally ran it over and it's still intact. Everything's completely fine. But if you ever want to get anywhere quickly, if you don't like the scooter we just showed you, you can just use this and just get get to and from work. Just please don't slip. It looks a little scary. I feel like you really have to get used to this before you can just ride around work like that. But if you were going to school or something, and you're at a large campus and you're just trying to zoom by, I think this is really perfect. Same with the Suitcase scooter. Have all your stuff in there, like your notebooks. Just put it in the Suitcase, and then you got the Suitcase scooter. You can zoom on by, and you don't have to worry about getting hurt, because this thing, I feel like if you do one wrong turn, you can actually hurt yourself. Now, this one is more of a classic, but was reinvented a little bit, is a Segway. This is a Segway. What used to be the Segway is now the small hoverboard, but this can take on much more things than the hoverboard could. Then we got a Segway family. This is for people who don't want to walk long distances and want to tread a pretty treacherous amount of miles in a very short amount of time. Then you use a Segway, and you can also get over like dirt, leaves. You can even get over mud and stuff like that. Not recommended, but you can. And finally, the last, yet one of the craziest vehicles that is actually being perfected as we speak is the single-person jetpack. Again, you would think it's science fiction. No, it's reality. That's right, everyone. There's already jetpacks that worked before. They put literally little small jets next to you, which is a little scary because they do run on gas and fuel and can explode. Whatever. Hopefully it doesn't happen. It can take a human being and you can actually maneuver. Now, it's not as cool as you think it would be because it's still very dangerous. It's still scary and not tested that well. You'd expect quick launch and just shooting over. Well, this is a little bit slower. It's more like a hover. As you guys can see right here, it just kind of hovers slowly and then landing. It's almost like a helicopter, but a portable one with two big jets on your sides. Now, what do you guys think about all these vehicles? Did you enjoy it? Did you learn something new? Let's get to 100,000 likes. I'll do more amazing things that you've never seen before. It's actually a really cool series. I like learning about new stuff that already has come out and we don't even know about. Hey guys, popping in here because I have a really exciting announcement. For those of you that don't already know, I actually started a brand new channel, what I like to call my personal channel, which is actually already up right now. It's just called Tall Fishman. As you can see, this is exactly what it looks like. If you guys are not subscribed, please subscribe because I'm going to start posting on there. And I'm super excited. It's going to be totally different content than what I post here. It's also in the description if you want to check out the link. Just go over here. And yeah, thank you to anyone that's going to go over there and subscribe. I hope I'll see you guys there. Now let's get right back into the video. Now, of course, if you guys want to help support the channel, you can just get your merch at timelessbrand.com. We got this blue one. We got a backpack now. And subscribe to the channel. Check me out on Instagram at tallfishman. Let's get 100,000 followers in 14 days so I can start double uploading.
With double the amazing vehicles.
Double the fun and double the education. That's right. I'll see you guys soon. Hope you have a great one. Until next time. Hope you learned something new and peace.